Like and subscribe right now, or this will be in your bed tonight. Welcome to Ask Planet. What are the most obvious hints a girl is into you? I went to my guy friend's house to hang out, but I live about an hour away. I was planning on staying over, pull out sofa, etc. Well, I wound up sleeping in the same bed as him. This happened the next weekend, and then the weekend after that. He finally got the hint the third time, after his room had cleared things up for him. Anyways, we are engaged now. Very early on when I fancied a girl, but we were living in different states, she told me I have zero interest in being just friends with you. Best ML ever. Been together for almost 23 years now. Guy here. A girl told me sometimes she thinks about me while she is in bed at night. I didn't like the girl, so I just told her I hoped I was good in her dreams. Then I told the girl I actually liked about what the first girl said, and she said, and I thought I was the only one. It flew right over my head until like 5 years later. This is the kind of thing that pops into your mind when you're at work years down the line and you just randomly yellow what the F, causing everyone to look at you for a second. We went on 4 dates before he realized that they were dates and not just two friends going out for the evening. Honestly, if I'm out with you and you don't make perfectly clear it is a date, I'm gonna see you as a friend and nothing else. And most guys are, super afraid of being a creep or something like that. Be bluntly direct, because if you don't, most of us will be oblivious. We've thought you might be into us, but we won't make a move until we are 100% certain. Damn straight. Even in certain contexts, the concept of just treat women like everybody else doesn't work for men sometimes, because the woman might expect any given man interacting with her to be a creep. Example, D&D groups or gaming conventions. But outside those contexts, men have to go out of our way to not be creeps sometimes. Not always, but some women can be paranoid. Then you add a layer of anything sexual to the mix at all, and our potential word choice and body language becomes a minefield. Granted, a bar probably has a lot fewer mines than a gaming convention. Most places are somewhere between the two. My point is that women need to just outright say if they are interested. It's too easy for us to be creeps otherwise. Yep. It's funny, here's where philosophies can clash. Dudes are like, I don't want to assume anything, because the risk associated with being wrong is too high. BTW, that is not a complaint, caution is not a bad thing. But women have to get over, I'm not going to pursue, that's a man's job. What kind of man doesn't make the first move? And men have to get over, she's being really forward about hanging out, she must want it, bringing us back to the original point. Not me, but I was in work in Germany and my friend from uni got a key from an Italian chick next door, and she told him, if it's too crowded in our room he can drop by to sleep at her place. I had to explain him saying she wants to bang for 20 minutes, before he acknowledged what was going on. He was a very happy man the next day. She wants to bang for 20 minutes, that's 19 more than I need. Me to my husband, before we started dating, man, I can't believe you're single. Any girl would be lucky to have you. My husband now, nah, they can do better lol. Anyway, wanna play Left 4 Dead? Trying to hold his hand in 2nd grade. He was just intensely confused. Why, Billy, why? You gave me a holographic dinosaur Valentine and M&Ms on Valentine's Day. I really thought we had something. Those hologram Valentine's Day cards were everything. I gave out the one with the wacky animal caricatures on them. Dude here, roommate had introduced me to a woman who said she wanted to get to know me. On several occasions we're in the backyard, watching a movie, and having a bonfire. She's got her legs across my lap, her one arm across my chest, and the other behind me, her head on my shoulder looking at me with the most obvious kiss me eyes anyone could have. My doomus decides to ask what? Why are you looking at me like that? And goes back to watching the movie. Now engaged, with a kid. Her of course, not me, to a guy who knew the signs. F. Guy here. This conversation happened on a phone. I was thinking of watching this movie. Wanna come? Me, sure. Who else is coming? No, just the two of us. Me, that won't be fun. Let's ask so and so. They won't come. They don't like me. Let's just with the two of us. Me, don't worry, I will convince them. I have booked the tickets for two online. Me, it's okay, they will get their own tickets. It's sold out, there are no more tickets. Me, checking for the tickets online. No, there are some seats I found here. In a irritated tone, I won't go with them. Me, you shouldn't let other people affect your decision. If they say something, I will shut them up. Never mind. I'm not in the mood for the movie anymore. I realized this later, when I was watching the same movie on TV, and it suddenly hit me. I sat on a male friend's lap and told him you should kiss me, and he thought I was joking. I thought at first I'd been reading him wrong. We'd been pretty touchy with one another for a while, but I'm also pretty touchy with my friends in general, so I figured he might have just been following my lead, and he was just being gentle in turning me down. So I backed off after that, but no, he did like me. He was just that oblivious. Some of us guys can find it hard to believe that a girl we like is all over us. At least I do with my intense confidence issues. Seriously. A girl could walk into my bedroom stark naked, climb into my bed, and start making out with me, and my first thought would probably be, oh man, either this is the weirdest prank ever, or this girl is completely wasted and walked into the wrong room. I better shut this down before I get in trouble. First date with my first boyfriend my first year of college. He was walking me to my car from his dorm room. I was hoping to get his arm around me. Yes, we were that innocent. So I told him I was a little cold. So he offered to run back to the dorm to get me his coat. After I took his arm and put it around me, he figured it out. I still tease him after 15 years of marriage. Having a woman grab my arm to put it around herself would be a good signal to me. That should be the minimum. Had a mega crush on a guy I worked with. Let's call him James. He was the spitting image of Eddie Redmayne, who I fancy the pants off. A group of us at work were discussing Les Miserables, and I said how hot Eddie was. Someone said back quote, "Don't you think James looks like Eddie?" And I said back quote, "Yeah, for sure, I fancy James too." He just laughed a little. I was crushed. We are married now, so he worked it out in the end. I'm a guy, but years ago I was in a play with a big mixed cast. Over time I developed a crush on one of the girls in the cast and a friendship with another girl in the cast. The girl I was friends with would always give me rides to rehearsals, playfully box/touch me, initiate deep conversations and so on. In retrospect, it was clear that she liked me. Though I really liked her as a friend, I didn't see her romantically and was busy secretly pining for my other crush. As such, I didn't really see, or choose to see, her clear hints as hints. At the play's after party, I ended up hooking up with my crush. I excitedly told my friend, and, bless her heart, she put on a face of being supportive and happy for me. All the same, I got the sense that she seemed sort of upset and embarrassed. That's when the penny dropped, and I realized she'd been dropping so many hints that she liked me. I feel terrible looking back at this. Ideally I should have recognized the signs and either let her down gently beforehand, or given her a shot, as we probably would have lasted a lot longer together than I eventually did with the girl I was crushing on. Still, life goes on, and I try to be more open about my feelings for people early on. RIP. She put on the face, what a solid friend. I feel hella bad for her. Guy here. We both were a little drunk, both 17 years old, having fun at party. We wanted to open another bottle of wine, but the pen was broken. Yes, we pushed the stopper in it, so one girl offered me to go to nearest store. I want you to go with me, let's get a pen. It was cold outside. She came out without coat, in thin dress, so I offered her mine. I was in sweater, she is in my coat, saying thank you, dear, with chilled expression. and approaching my face, slightly closing eyes and opening her mouth. I said, "You are welcome. So, where is the nearest store?" She was so pissed off and embarrassed. After it, she blocked and ignored me everywhere. Goddamn. I understood her intentions a month after a day girl asked me to dance at a party, and I was like, "Sorry, I'm not that drunk." She slapped me and stormed off. My friends asked what happened, and I explained. Apparently everyone understood I meant she was too ugly or something, but I only meant that I can't dance unless I'm very drunk. I was advised to not go after her. I think the common theme here is people suck at communicating interest and too much of dating is ambiguous. A girl I liked forever ago just couldn't understand how much I liked her. Told her repeatedly, spent all my free time with her. I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with her the first time I saw her, but I truly had to fight through her lack of self-confidence. She couldn't understand why I'd be attracted to her, which I have always thought she was stunning. Took a couple years and her mother/family telling her repeatedly that I was crazy about her. Anyway, we are on the 10th year of our relationship, 6 of which we've been married. She was, has been, and continues to be worth every bit of effort I put in and so much more. Thank you for supporting Ask Planet. Have a good day.